Welcome to Rise Like a High Performer. I am so excited to dive into the power of our morning routines. I'm going to show you how you can optimize that routine to make it even more powerful and really ensure you are purposefully setting yourself up for the best day ever. The quality of your life and your happiness is a direct reflection of how your brain is wired, of your mindset. Just like physical training, when we turn up to the gym, our programs, it boosts our speed, our strength. We get fitter and stronger. Your rise routines is much like a physical training program, but for your mind. It trains your brain, your neural pathways, very deliberately and purposefully to manifest your ideal reality. By manifest, I don't mean that we are going to speak into the universe what we desire and it's going to come and find us by surrendering and letting go, which tends to be how manifest is explained on social media. Manifesting is really harnessing the power of our mind to shape our reality by carefully changing our thoughts and feelings to match those we desire. Exactly what we've been doing in The Rise of the Wild Woman. The first and last 1 to 90 minutes of your day shapes everything that follows. It is shaping your energy throughout your entire day, but it's also impacting your sleep. Now, we all have heard of things like the miracle morning and getting up at 5 a.m. to go ice bathing. It's really important that we choose our practices based on what our body and mind need. If we just have 1 minute, one of the days to wake up and to breathe, or to wake up and just to think of three things we're grateful for, that can be enough to shift our mind. If we wake up and the first things we do, even if it's 5 minutes because we have kids, is to turn inwards, that can shift everything. As we do before every masterclass, we set our intention. What is that one thing you would like to learn, achieve, or take away from this masterclass? Maybe it's one thing you can put into your morning routine. We're going to kick off with a neuro power up. A power up is a guided visualization that helps you to feel elevated feelings like confidence, inner peace, joy, clarity, freedom, energy, motivation, all these really hyped up feelings. Let's get excited. Let's get energized. The first thing I would like you to do is actually to get into a physical position with your body where you feel more energized. I love standing up, or maybe you're just sitting up more straight in your chair. We're going to start to tune in to our body. Just roll your shoulders a few times, breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Ooh, okay. Now our shoulders are straight and we can feel them pulling down our back. Our core is more engaged. You can keep your eyes closed or maybe you want them gently open. It is completely up to you. But what I would like you to notice is the direction your face is pointing. And I'd like you to have like an upward tilt. The reason I say this is because when we are feeling down and blah, we can test this now, is if you are to hunch over your shoulders, have shallow breathing, and point down, and see this in the video, you just feel like, you don't feel good. When we lift our head a little bit up, we draw our shoulders down our back, we engage our core, we are open across the chest, we just feel better, right? We're open and our energy is flowing better. So really get into a position where our core is engaged, our shoulders are drawn down our back, our face is tilted up slightly, and breathe in deeply. Feel your body expanding. Breathe in your breath down into your belly, into your lungs. Breathe it in deep. When you are ready, take a big breath out. Empty your lungs. Excellent. And breathe in. As you're breathing in, I want you to imagine breathing in this energizing fire, a beautiful fiery light. Breathe it in. Maybe you see it as literally this fiery light. Maybe you see it as gold light, whatever it comes with, whatever comes to your mind. Breathe it in. Maybe you actually breathe in this incredible fiery energy feeling as well. In through your nose and bring your breath down into your lungs, down into your belly, really filling yourself up with this fiery energy. When you're completely full, breathe it out through your mouth. Imagine you're breathing out, maybe like a fiery smoke, like a dragon smoke. And that is everything that no longer serves us. We are breathing out. Excellent. So breathe in this amazing fiery energy. Breathe it in through your nose, down into your belly. One last time, filling yourself up. Mm. Then breathe out very quickly, very like powerfully. That smoke again, breathing out anything we don't want, anything we do not want. Excellent. Now, when we breathe in this fiery energy, I want you to breathe it in through your head, down through your face, down into your fingertips, down through your belly, down through your womb, down your legs, into your toes. Just start to feel where this energy is flowing. Feel every cell, every fiber becoming more energized wherever this light, this feeling, this fire is touching it. As this energy, as this light is flowing through your body, energizing you, bringing new energy, new light, it is burning away the thing you no longer need. And this is a really loving way that is burning away anything you no longer need. It is dissolving, disconnecting you from anything that no longer serves us, anything we want to let go, release. That is happening now. Maybe you can even see this fiery energy, fiery light blazing through you. Maybe anywhere in your body that once felt heavy, felt dark, is now feeling light because that is where this fiery energy is gone. If you need more, if you want to ramp this up to the next level, breathe even more in. Breathe it in through your nose, and with the power of your breath, flow it where it needs to flow, filling you with energy, with light. Feel those incredible feelings. Feel yourself getting powered up. Amazing. And with every out breath, imagine seeing that smoke coming out. And you can breathe it out like a dragon or roar it out like a lion. You can simply let it go in this gray kind of smoke. Feel yourself getting lighter, more energized. Feel maybe these sensations building up in your body with every breath. Feel how delicious it feels. Amazing. Now I want us to flow our energy, this fiery light, to our heart space. And with every breath in, feel this energy, this light expanding in your heart and expanding out into your body, this incredible love. We are breathing in with this fiery energy that is expanding. Every out breath, we release whatever no longer serves us. Feel yourself now expanding from the heart with love, with this fiery energy. Feel it expanding in your entire body. You feel your skin. It is containing this energy. And then feel this energy in this really beautiful way, all of this love expand out from you. Maybe in this beautiful and amazing light explosion. It is expanding out and into your reality. With every breath, it expands even further. Feel how amazing that feels, how light, how energized, how loved you feel as you're breathing out as we go, anything that no longer serves you. And as we breathe in, we expand our energy out. We have an abundance of this energy, of this light, of this love. We can flow it where it needs to flow, expand it where it needs to expand. Amazing. Now we are feeling energized. We are feeling love. We're feeling light. I want you to come back to the present with all of these beautiful feelings, beautiful energy. Ah, feeling lighter, clearer. And now we are ready to begin. Oh, I don't know about you, but I feel great. I feel light. I feel energized, clear. Oh, love it. That was beautiful. So, congratulations for your first neuro power up with me. What fun. Let's take this energy through the rest of the masterclass. Most people go about their goal the wrong way. We have been touching upon this subject. I had a conversation the other day, which made me really think we need to talk about this to kick off our masterclass. We're not diving into routines just yet, but this is all connected. Most people think, okay, this is my goal. I want to sell my business for this amount in 3 years' time. They assume, well, this is where I am now. That's where I'm going to get to, or hope that I'm going to become the person who can sell my business for X amount in 3 years along the way. This is the wrong way to go about your goal. It's not to hope that you'll become the person who can eventually achieve that goal. If we go with this belief, we will often think, feel, and act in the same limiting way because we haven't identified who that person is. We just assume, well, eventually I will become that person. I'll hopefully take the action. But what happens is when we come across resistance, a block, a challenge, we will choose safety and familiarity, which can often be the thing that we don't want. It can be misery still, not being good enough to be that person who can sell the business. I'm going to choose stuckness because actually taking this action is too scary. I had this conversation the other day where they're like, I really want to take this step, but I am scared. I am perfectionist. I am a people pleaser. Taking that next step is too scary. This is my safe space, my familiarity. I'm going to choose to think, feel, and act in the same limiting way and just hope with time that this will change without doing the work that needs to be done. Your brain is going to be wired to support you living in the past because you're thinking, feeling, and acting in the same way you have done that has got you to where you are today. You are not changing how you're thinking, feeling, and acting. So you stay stuck. You're probably going to freeze because you don't know how to break through that self-doubt and that fear with love and kindness towards yourself, with courage that will actually help you achieve your goals and dreams. What do? We go, who, which is what we've been doing throughout this entire program. Who is this desired future version of ourselves? Who are they? How can I bring that version of myself into today? How can I embody that version of myself through thoughts, through feelings, and through actions? How can I step into the version of myself who's already achieved this goal right now? This is actually a great time to pause and to brain dump your answers to this question because maybe they're already starting to flow. So if that resonates and if you're like, actually, I need to brain dump really quick, how can I step into this version of myself? Pause now and answer that question. See what comes up. When you're ready, you can continue with me. By intentionally activating your desired neural pathways each morning, you will begin embodying your future desired self in the present, propelling you toward your goals more quickly, easily, and effectively. This is the power of a morning routine, a rise ritual. By crafting it in a very deliberate and purposeful way, you will be activating the right neural pathways that will strengthen, become better and faster at their job. So then that desired future self, that becomes your new normal. Remember, when we don't activate those old, unuseful, not helpful neural pathways, they become weaker and weaker. They become really bad at their job. This is the power of a morning routine. It enables us to embody our future desired self in the present today. It helps us to break through fear, self-doubt, bring those goals and dreams into our reality. This is what the masterclass is all about. It's what the Rise of the Wild Woman is all about. We're just bringing in a new element to help you be more consistent. This is not a one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach. I'm not going to sit here and tell you have to go ice bathing. You have to meditate for an hour every day. You have to do the latest trend. You have to decide, given all of the information you have, what is going to work for me. This is the most important thing. What will work for me? You're not going to get it necessarily on the first go. It's really important that we be open to experimenting, to finding out what works for me, what doesn't work for me. It's not about failing. It's about figuring out what is the morning routine that is going to set me up for my best day ever, that will set me up to be my best self. I would much rather you have a 5-minute routine you do every day than a 30, 60, or 90-minute routine you only manage once a week, once every 2 weeks. That's just not going to create the desired change you want. So if you're like, I have 5 minutes, or I want to start with just 5 minutes a day, I've got you. I'm going to show you what you need to do. It's much more powerful than being like, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to meditate, journal, gratitude, ice bathing, work out, go for a walk, eat really good or fast. Then actually it's so overwhelming. There are so many things we don't really have the time for that then you never do it. Then you feel like a failure. You beat yourself up. You end up in a downward spiral. And you're like, well, what's the point in trying? It never works. It's really important you craft a morning routine that is reasonable, flexible, and that you can actually do. Language is one of the most important topics that I teach in the Wild Collective. We have been touching upon language throughout the Rise of the Wild Woman, but it is a program within itself, which is why we've not got a module on it. So I want to bring more awareness around our language and bust some myths. We want to be shifting. I should, I have to, I need to, I get to do this. I want to have a routine so I can have order instead of chaos. I value my routine because it's going to help me achieve my dreams. If you're like, well, Adelaide, I'm not a morning person. Well, who do you want to be? What does not being a morning person even mean? Is it serving us to believe and to identify as this way? Who do you want to be? It won't make a difference. Let's shift that to how will it create change? How could it make a difference? I had this conversation the other day when the person was so steadfast in their limiting beliefs and their limiting actions that they never asked themselves the how question. How will it create change? How will it make a difference? What is the positive narrative, the life-enhancing narrative you would like instead? I don't have time for this. I hope by now we've already busted this myth. There is time. You need to make time. You need to prioritize this. A bit of tough love. How can I make time? How can I make this work? How could it work? What are the amazing possibilities on the other side? Because when we're doing fear, we're thinking of all the things, all the ways this is going to go wrong, how you could lose your freedom, how it's not going to work, how you could lose your promotion, how you could fail, how you could embarrass yourself, whatever it may be. But what you do not think is, how could this work out in the most magical way ever? How could this work out in a way that enhances my life in ways I can't even imagine right now? Because we can only imagine things from where we are. And once we get to a goal, suddenly we can imagine things in a whole new way. So we need to expect the unexpected in a really good way, not in this constant negative narrative. Let's expect beautiful, unexpected things. I would like you again to hit pause, write down any limiting language you have around a morning routine. I want you to shift it to either a positive life enhancing statement or to a question. So take time to pause now to just have a think about, what am I thinking? How am I feeling? What am I believing around this that is stopping me, holding me back, and limiting me from creating the desired change I want? So pause now, write that down. Now we hit the exciting part where we are going to look at the rise rituals. How does your higher self start their day? When I have achieved my goal, when I've become the person I wanted to become, what morning rituals and routines did they have? How did they start their day? I want you to pause again and to answer that question. How did my higher self start their day to achieve that goal, that dream? You could look 30 days into the future. You could look 3 days into the future. It's completely up to you. When you are answering this, just hit pause and come back when you're ready to continue. Now you know, how did my higher self start their day? I want you to commit to a consistent wake up time that you'll stick to for the next 30 days. It's really important that we really get into a consistent routine. We want to be thinking, what time am I going to wake up every day that will give me the time and space I need to put myself first, to do this routine. Maybe it is just waking up an extra 5-10 minutes earlier. That will help me to bring in this version of myself. If we take an extreme example, maybe you've been lying in to 10 every single day, and now you're like, actually, I need to get up at 9, or actually, let's get my shit together and I need to get up at 7. Maybe you're already getting up really early. I've already honed in this consistent wake up time. Amazing. Congratulations. What a nice way to be like, tick, done that. But just think, do you have enough time to do your morning ritual? Did your higher self wake up at a different time? Can you do that now? Let's continue. Start your day positively. This is one of the most important things you can do. And weirdly, this is where we can already trip over and fall. Much like a person on a tightrope. When a person on a tightrope or a slack line is doing absolutely brilliantly and they're able to put in the right effort and energy, they have the skills and strategies to get onto the other side, they are focusing on that tightrope. They are not looking at, oh, how am I going to fall off? Oh my God, it's a really long way down if I fall. They're not thinking that. Once they do think that, they're more likely to fall. They are thinking and focusing on that tightrope because that is the most important thing in front of them. They know if that's where their attention goes, their energy flows. So when we are focusing on being positive, then everything else flows. When we focus on how we're going to fall or anything negative, that is where our energy focus and attention flows. That is where our neural pathways are being activated and getting stronger and better at their job. So remember, we can then get stuck in that loop. It's really important. One of the first things you do is ask yourself, what am I looking forward to today? Simple. That's it. The other area I see people trip up on when starting their day positively is straight away they allow outside influences to kind of commandeer their mind and body. First thing, we wake up, we grab our phone, we look at emails, social media, the news, the television, the radio. Straight away, we are giving our power away. We are allowing ourselves to be triggered by all of this communication coming in. Most of it is never that great for our mind and body. Do I need to be more conscious in where I direct my energy in the morning? How can I start it more positively? That one question before you even got out of bed, what 3 things am I looking forward to today? If you have kids, you can even be asking them at the breakfast table, what are you looking forward to today? You can make it a whole family ritual because we want to be guiding ourselves. And if we have kids, then bring them in. Start guiding their brains and their minds in the right direction as well. So then we can all start our day more positively and stepping into our higher self. Start your day positively. What outside things do you need to stop looking at? Maybe you keep your phone on airplane mode for the first hour of your day, for example, or the first 10 minutes, the first 30 minutes, whatever it may be. Maybe you keep all your notifications turned off until 9 a.m. There are various things we can do that will easily and suddenly shift our mornings. We're often talking about what can we add in, but it can also be really important to look at what do I need to take away. And that could go for kids too, like don't turn the television on. It's really important we start to become aware of our surroundings and what we're letting in and how we are starting our day. What is the first thought we're thinking? Let's make it positive. I used to live in London. And I was walking down the high street with a friend. She was in a place in her life where she desperately wanted a family. I was in my early 20s and single, looking at where are all the cute guys? As we were walking down the high street, she's like, oh my God, Adelaide, there are so many yummy mummies here. And a yummy mummy is just a very bougie mother who looks like she has all her shit together. You're like, wow, I wish I could look like that when I have a baby in the morning. I was like, what are you talking about? There aren't any yummy mummies here. There are loads of cute guys. There's no mothers here. But it's like a veil was lifted as she said those words. And I suddenly was like, oh my God, they are everywhere. It was a summer's day, so they were all outside, all drinking coffee. The majority of people were yummy mummies, but I didn't see them. This is how your brain works. 95% of the processing your brain does is unconscious. Our brain is editing our reality. It is always working for us based on what we tell it, not, if you remember, what is helpful or unhelpful to us. I was single and ready to date. My brain was like, oh, cute guy, highlighting them to me and hiding the yummy mummies. Whereas my friend wanted a family. So she was seeing all of the yummy mummies and the brain was hiding everything else. When we start our day with gratitude, what three or more things am I grateful for today? We are programming our brain to look for the stuff we're grateful for, to look for abundance. Because often we get in this trap where we just see the things that are negative, that will go wrong, that are unpleasant, uncomfortable, make us anxious, stressed. It's really important we start to program our brain to edit our reality for the stuff we do want, the stuff we are grateful for. I promise you, it is there in your reality. You just can't see it because the brain is hiding it from you. This is where the gratitude practice is so friggin' powerful. This is probably my non-negotiable for you is gratitude. What are you grateful for? Put yourself into an abundant mindset, not a limiting scare mindset. When we are doing stress around money, for example, we're looking at all the ways that we don't have money. Instead, we want to be looking at the ways we do have money or we can create money, we can bring more money into our reality. If we're single and we really want a boyfriend, be grateful for your life and who you are today. Live your best life. We don't need a partner to do that. It's nice, but we don't need it. Be grateful for who you are today. Love yourself for today. The rest will follow. It'll work its way out. Be grateful for what you have now and in your present. Be grateful for different things every day. You can't just be like, I'm grateful for my health, I'm grateful for my house, I'm grateful for my job. Be specific and be different every day. Grateful. Be in the gratitude energy. Be in the abundant energy. I'm really grateful that I got to wake up in my bed today. It was so cozy. I'm really grateful that I started the day with a soothed nervous system. I'm really grateful that I started the day with my dog smiling at me. Or it could be that I'm really grateful that my skin is really good today, that my eyes are sparkling. It can be lots of different things. If you are doing challenge around a specific area in your life, bring gratitude into that. If we're doing challenges around body image issues, then be grateful for you love your hair today. You love the color of your eyes. You love your eyebrows. Find stuff you love about yourself that you're grateful for. The next one is breathe. The breath. So friggin' powerful. We want to be soothing our nervous system. We're so overstimulated with social media, our physical environment. If we're living in a busy place, if we're living in a city, if we are commuting, bring yourself back to your body. Turn your focus inwards. This is done through the breath. I hear people say meditation doesn't work for me, visualization doesn't work for me. My brain has squirrels inside it. It's absolutely chaos. Breathing is a practice, influences your body and your nervous system. If you are saying these things to me, let's find a way to use your breath to help you focus inward and soothe your nervous system, to really stop, to really pause, allow yourself to be. It's really important to notice, well, where in my body am I breathing as well? Because we can get stuck, our lungs can get stuck, our rib cage can get stuck. If we are stressed, we have very shallow breathing. When we're relaxed, we have deep belly breathing. So it's important to notice, where am I breathing in my body? How can I ensure that I'm breathing throughout my chest, my lungs, my belly? You want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It is a practice. It takes time to master. The more you do it, the better you will get, easier it will become to calm your mind. Now, we can be neurospicy, but let's find a way with our neurospiciness to embrace our breath and make it work for us to calm the nervous system. You might be like, well, that's great, but actually, I find I'm relaxed when watching Netflix, when I'm doing a physical activity. It's not the same. Bring your attention inwards using your breath. If you're like, well, actually, I can only relax doing a physical activity, I'm going to ask you, are you actually really feeling inner peace with that? Or are you so overstimulated that another activity is your comfort zone, your addiction? Are you truly getting absolute relaxation? Because often when we're doing something physical, we're then not focusing on the breath, which is our key to a calm nervous system. Again, when we're doing ice bathing, sauna, activities which are sold to us as relaxing, interesting research coming out. If we are addicted to being overstimulated, an activity that is stimulating can feel relaxing again when actually it's not. It's really important we start to really listen to our bodies and our intuition. Sometimes we can feel like, well, yes, that's really good for us. But again, do we think that's good for us? And does it feel good for us because we're already overstimulated and more stimulation feels good, it feels safe? Or does it actually pretend to feel good, but it's not actually serving us in the deepest way we need? Bring awareness to your breath, even if it's for 30 seconds, 1 minute. 2 to 3 deep breaths is enough to breathe, to calm the nervous system, to turn inwards, to listen, to hear what's coming up for us. Because we are living in such a fast-paced world, we're on autopilot, we ignore a lot of the messages coming into us. And by getting quiet with ourselves, by turning in, we can actually listen. It takes practice. If you give up because you've written it off as not working for you, often where we have the biggest resistance is where the greatest change lies. I really want you to think about, how can I harness the breath? How can I soothe my nervous system in the most powerful way possible that works for me? Box breathing is a brilliant way to start to train your body to handle high pressure, stressful situations, challenges, to bring it back to your body, to your breath. The next is to visualize. When we have an idea of who that future version self is, by visualizing who they are, we can actually step into them today and really feel them, to really become them. Neuroscience shows that the brain can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imaginary. We covered this in the placebo effect. We know how powerful the brain is in making our reality. When we visualize in the right way, we effectively create a memory. We are activating the neural pathways, we're strengthening them, we're making them better at their job. So then our future version is actually who we are. If you think about our future version and what their neurology looks like, we want to copy and paste that into ourselves. We want to download that. Because once we have the neurology, then we have become them. Everything else, it will just follow. Michael Phelps, you all know who he is. He's used visualization in the most powerful way. It's absolutely fascinating. He's been doing it since a child. He believes a huge part of his success comes down to visualization. He used it to prepare for high stress situations as well as for positive emotions, experiencing them under pressure. So when he went into a race, he was like, I've already won it. He could feel the victory. He also did it for visualizing when things went wrong. He had one race where the goggles leaked. It was an Olympic race and he did really badly because the goggle leaking threw him off because he used to have everything absolutely perfect. From water temperature to what he was wearing had to be exactly the same every time. But when he had this goggle leak in a race that completely destroyed his performance, he was like, okay, I've been approaching this the wrong way. He decided I've got to visualize things going wrong and how I will respond. I've also got to practice in this way too. So he practiced with leaky goggles. He'd swim in pajamas. He'd swim in too hot water and too cold water. So when things went wrong in a race, which they did, he was like, I've already done this. I know what to do. When his goggles did leak in another race, he won it. Serena Williams, she imagines herself winning matches. Again, feeling those positive feelings. What you can also use visualization for, which is really powerful, is to practice technique, to feel what it feels like to ski in the correct way, to do a tennis serve in the correct way. If you visualize your lift and then you do your lift, you're stacking the odds in your favor, you're priming your brain. If you have an important meeting coming up or a speech that you're doing anxiety around, visualize yourself doing it perfectly. Visualize yourself standing in your power in a difficult conversation. Prime your brain for the event. So when you get to the event, you're like, okay, I know what to do. I know how to feel, and you can stay grounded in your power. This is a quick 4-step method to visualizing. So, posture is one. Want to feel energized? Get into an energizing posture. Want to feel relaxed? Lie down under some comfy and cozy blankets. And then use your breath to focus inward. Now, if you're going to do this in the morning, you can mentally walk through your entire day, or you could look into the future in your day and be like, oh, this is a bit sticky. This is going to be a bit challenging. Let's visualize how I will handle that, how I will overcome that. Engage all of your senses. See, feel, hear, smell, and taste. Feel can be feelings in the body as well as the feeling of textures. Maybe you're going to put on this amazing dress and feel incredible. You feel the feeling of the dress on your body. Hearing can be what you hear around you, so your environment, what someone else is saying, and it can be your self-talk. Then really feel the feelings, bring them into your present today. Now we have covered the rise rituals. Any questions, post them below in the comments,